everyone, welcome in the talk show C.O.D Critical on Debate with our host now, Sarah Fahdila.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Welcome to C.O.D Critical on Debate. With me, Sarah Fadila as moderator. And today we will discuss about TV teach evidence for children. And now we have several speakers from various circles. First, educators as
I'm Dewi as educators today.
Teacher as provider for today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie and as a psychology.
and next, parents.
Hi, I'm Pekanbaru as a parent.
Hi, I'm Saktika Lindira. I'm parent.
Hi, I'm Desi Masari as parent. And next, Ministry of Communication.
Hi, I'm Kaini as a Minister of Communication.
And next, Ministry of Education.
Hi, I'm Hera Yunita as a Ministry of Education.
And next, National Commission for Child.
Hi, I'm Elianti as National Commission for Child.
Apologize.
Hi, I'm Naila Farfisa. I'm Etymology.
And next, Indonesian Broadcasting Commission.
Hi, I'm Aisyani. I'm Indonesian Broadcasting Commission.
And evidence is available body of facts or information indicating whether a belief or provision is true or valid. Today we can get news that does not have valid evidence easily anywhere and anytime. No exception from TV that is very easy to reach. First, I wanna asking to provider, how do you as a provider cope with evidence on TV?
As provider, we always continue to create a new media on televisions, like the latest technology like YouTube. So not just watching televisions, but you also can watching YouTube on your televisions, because we face the globalization era, so we need to modern technology.
Next, we will hear opinion from parents. Parents, what is your role as a parent in choosing shows for children?
Me, I think I'm going to give a show to my son during the movie. When it comes on film with element education, and only at a certain time, like after lunch.
Okay, I'm usual give a special like a cartoon broadcast like a Disney and always accompany my child when watching television and for sure for education. As a parent, of course, it is necessary to pay attention to what are the habits that are done by children when filling their free time. The most important thing is watching the educators. So I beg to show educational shows and entertaining shows such as cartoons, maybe for example.
Okay, thank you, parents. And next, and now we will hear opinion from educators. How do you teach students so they can pick and choose news on TV?
Okay. In my class, especially when I'm teaching to my students, I tell them to watching television not every time they want, but my students have to understand the timing or the useful or the benefit of what they are watching too. Because the television, not all the programs from the television can be extend them,
can be providing them to be a good student. That's it.
Thank you, educators. Next, I will ask the psychologist about whether there is evidence of impact on child.
Okay, everything starts from the family. We cannot blame television. We just can do how we have a good strategy for our children to control them. We must not only forbid them, but before we forbid them, we must first set an example. For example, we forbid our children to watch, how to say, sinetron, infotainment like that. We cannot just forbid them, but we also don't watch its program in front of the kids. We can do it during their school hours or their bedtime hour. And one trick for you, giving the child watching schedule, the same as using a handphone. For example, at home you can only turn on the TV starting 4 p.m. So before 4 p.m. is the child's time to rest and do their homework. After 4 p.m., let the children watch their favorite cartoon and do not be too long, just 1 hour or until their favorite cartoon is over. That's it.
Okay, thank you, psychologist. How do you respond about psychology?
I agree with psychology. I, as parent, always choose spectacle that is useful for my child. I set a certain time for my child.
We will hear opinion from ophthalmologist.
Watching television at close range can interfere with eye health. Eyes will get tired easily and result in decreased eye function if you stare too long at the television screen. And if this happens often, this is what causes the eyes to be minus. It is also one of the reasons why many children now wear glasses, even though they are still young to wear glasses. So here I want to advise parents to monitor the children when watching television so that visibility is not too close. Because good visibility when watching television is 2 until 3 meters. Thank you.
Next, for Ministry of Communication, what are the efforts of government to reduce the evidence?
Okay, I asked the Minister of Communication. I asked the Minister of Communication suggested that children be monitored if they are watching or do not be allowed to watching television that is not usable because the child will record what he sees and will practice it. I think
Ministry of Education, how do you view evidence as a Ministry of Education?
as a media, television has four functions, namely commercial function, entertainment tools, information delivery, and education. Unfortunately, the latter function, namely education, is often overlooked. As a counterweight to the booming entertainment program, educational television is now important. Every parent has the responsibility to always supervise their children and pay attention to their development. Therefore, the slightest things must be anticipated by every parent regarding the positive or negative impact that will be caused by the matter concerned. There are several things we can do by every parent, namely one, choose an event that is appropriate for the child's age. Two, accompany children watching TV. And 3, put the TV in the living room. Avoid providing TV in the child room.
Okay, parents, if you want give this.
Okay, for Ministry of Education, how is the broadcast no good for children? Above, one of the ways is choose cartoon broadcast, such as Cartoon Broadcast Network, like a Disney. The stop is inedit a cartoon, but the story of films does not symbolize the cartoon for the children. On the average, about love, about romance. How?
Okay, I think this the implication that when children any impact negative from television from cartoon, but itu I think that's why begin arrange for watching television from parents or from control parents.
Okay, I want to answer your question. As parent must be selective in choosing films, and I think in Indonesia, before airing on TV, it must pass the censor. And of course, every watching TV, the children must be under parental supervision.
Okay. Is there counseling from Commission for National Commission for Child to the public directly?
Commission for Child nothing go public because children watch television at home. So parents and important. This is, I think watching television one of entertainment for children can also increase children's knowledge. It's just that parents must accompany the child when watching television. And Indonesian Broadcasting Commission must also really work closer with television station, you know, example RCTI, RCTI, SCTV. Indonesian Broadcasting Commission must also work with them. Uh, se- uh, Educational programs during certain hours when children will watch television. Children usually watch TV at 6 in the morning before the child goes to school or at 7 at night after dinner. So, Indonesian Broadcasting and parents supervise children this time.
Indonesian Broadcasting Commission. Is there a rebuke given to television station that gives evidence?
In general, television watching can have positive and negative effect on children behavior and emotional discourse. Television have a benefit among children. They have a benefit among children because they are easily aware of the connected with physical events in their modern fast society. This is the implication that when a child watches a significant program, educational, informative, and promotive values will increase their intellectual growth.
Okay, Revi.
What I asked to Eliati, what about yours? As a parent, when a child asks to watch, when the movie is not educational, one of the television.
Okay, Ma'am Repi, I think parents accompany children, supervise children, and explain the contents of the film, which is good or not. Thank you.
So I want to say to Indonesian Broadcasting, so please for the Indonesian Broadcasting Commission to show films that educated to our children.
Question is, we must be good at choosing good news for children, and we should limit children to watch television. Okay, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.